Alright guys, here we are on Hunter COTW. We're going to start these Mississippi Acres reserve missions.
And there's the state line. Welcome to the Deep South, rookie. We've got wetlands, the blues, and the American story, not to mention some of the best hunting you'll find anywhere on this earth. But the floods this year have been worse than ever, and our community is at its breaking point. Camp Haven, the summer camp we worked so hard to open last year, is under threat. If there's one thing I've learned living here, it's that Mississippi Acres folk are resilient. We don't need a savior, just a little extra help. And that's where you come in. Looks like the end of the road. I'm so sorry, but I've actually got to run. I've got a pile of papers I need to grade. I'll call you as soon as I've got a signal. Promise.
Alright, let's do it. We're going to be rerunning all these reserves.
There, finally. I had to add actual cell service to the list of things I miss about Chicago. Sorry that I'm so short on Southern hospitality right now, but we've got a bit of a situation. Steve Ernie from our flood relief committee was out delivering supplies to elders who couldn't evacuate on time. The levee over top of his trunk got totally submerged. Everything scattered. He got away safe, but we don't have the funds to let anything go to waste. Can you go take a look? The water should have mostly receded by now. I'll mark the location on your hunter mate. Thank you.
Damn, I can't believe we missed all those shots. What was that? Wild hog. Alright, let's just go hit this point of interest over here. What's the mission? Find where Steve lost the supplies. This Mississippi Reserve is a pretty quick one. I've done it before. We'll shoot whatever we see along the way. We're gonna just try to stay focused on the missions for now. Let's hit this lookout tower. I was gonna try to pop him, but I don't have a rifle for those raccoon dogs right now. Or common raccoon or whatever it is. Alright, now back to the point of interest. Damn, I can't see him. Hit him twice.
You're almost there. You starting to get goosebumps, or is it just me? The Delta's a weird place. He said he got stuck somewhere over there by those cypress knees. Bingo. Those are the supplies. You got everything? Thanks. This is doing us a huge favor. Hey, are the shadows playing tricks, or is that a briefcase I'm seeing on my feed? Let me make a quick call. Hey, Mrs. Tackett. My new counselor's out where Steve dropped the flood supplies, and there's a briefcase hanging from a tree branch. You know if that's... Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Give me just a sec. She wants to talk to you.
Well, Miss Davis has got you out on a fine excursion this time of night. Betty Tackett here, chairwoman of the Mississippi Delta Big Game Club. I hate to ask, Sugar, but can you grab the briefcase? Steve's a little ornery, and he'll pitch a fit if he don't get his papers back.
You'll have to... Well, nothing to it.
We'll go grab that shortly. I'm trying to harvest this alligator we just shot. Trying to find it. There it is. Good job, buddy. Nice gator. Alright, let's grab this guy's briefcase and continue these missions. What the hell am I supposed to do? Shoot it down? This might be glitched or something. Bro, what is going on? I'm gonna have to go get an ATV or something. Stand on it maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
There we
Hear
go.
that, Mrs. Tackett? You are phenomenal. What happened to that rookie kid I got my hunting license with who couldn't hit a broadside shot on a stationary target?
Loud and clear. I'm gonna extend you an invite if you keep that up. I'm down for the count since I broke my neck, but Steve will get you an application. Hell, he owes you.
Let's take that later, why don't we? We gotta let you go, Mrs. Tackett.
All the best now. Don't be a stranger, y'all.
Betty's lovely, but she's as southern as all get out, as they say in these parts, with everything that entails. Any markings on that briefcase? Not that I don't believe it's Steve's, it's just... I don't see anything suspicious. Let's get those supplies to the people who need them.
There we go, first mission.
There's an outpost not far from here. Can you swing by and drop the briefcase and supplies off there? Maybe get your breath back, too.
Alright, we'll go over here and just stay to the mission. Time's getting pretty late too. We'll have to reset our time here coming up. We'll grab an ATV at the next outpost too, so this isn't so monotonous going from spot to spot. Let's see if we can track this rabbit real quick.
Trash pandas. Honestly, I can't blame the little guys for making the most of things. They're just as adaptable as us humans, but they get crap for it. Cottontails are adorable if you can spot them. Luckily for you, they're super territorial, so once you found a good spot, you'll be eating rabbit stew for days.
And there he was. We can hit these raccoon with this shotgun. Let's get to the outpost, change time of day, do this mission. We gotta drop these supplies off in the briefcase. Oh! That was sick, bro. Not even gonna lie. Come on, buddy. Let's go. What are you doing? Come on, we're not tracking him, buddy. We got the 2 we needed. Would have been different if their health was dropping, but yeah, we're not going to track them forever and get too sidetracked. Alright, here we are.
You could just leave the stuff on the table there. I'll let Steve know. Thanks.
Where does she want me to put the stuff? Oh, right here.
Oh, Betty again? Can you pull her up on speakerphone?
Hey, Sugar, can I trouble you for a favor? The boys are having a meeting tonight to discuss our flood relief efforts, and it gets real chilly in the evenings this time of year. Well, usually they get a fire going, but right now, there ain't a single log of dry firewood anywhere in the state. And you know we've got elderly members. I believe you'll find a space heater in that outpost where you left the supplies. Could you be a dear and drop it off at our lodge?
Well, I'd hate to think of someone catching hypothermia. By the way, the Big Game Club has been working together with the African American Hunting Club I'm a member of on flood relief efforts. We've, got some history. Not gonna lie, they weren't super enthusiastic about some transplant from Chicago buying up land and opening a summer camp here. Even Betty, and even though I've been coming here since I was little, I get these kids. But we've both got our priorities straight. The future of the community is what matters. Speaking of, we haven't had enough hands on deck to tend to everyone's needs up until now. So there are a couple of errands around the reserve that still need doing. I'll let you know if you're near somewhere you can help out. Let's head over to the Big Game Club's lodge. Make sure they get the heater before their meeting later on.
Alright, here it looks like we're starting to get some missions and stuff. Let's look what we got. These are completed. We gotta head to the Big Game Club's lodge. Where's that at? We're gonna have to loop all the way around this. Usually what I do with every reserve. I'll just discover the reserve and do the missions first before I start setting up grinds and stuff. See something up there running. What's this over here? It's a traveling boat. We'll just stay on the objective. Let's hit this lookout tower while we're here, though. Can at least do that real quick. Mark these zones, whatever this is.
Our turkeys are the eastern subspecies. You can tell them apart from the Merriam and Rio Grande by the tips of their tail feathers. The eastern ones are dark brown.
Yeah, the discovering of the maps can be kind of like slow, but once you do it, it's done. This would be a nice place to set up some turkey decoys, though. Not too far away anymore, though. We should be able to cut from this point. We're not going to stay on the road. We're going to just try to cut through now. Might save us some time. Another thing you should try to do too, mark as many zones as you can. Try to stop at this, it's either an outpost or point of interest. We'll have to just see. Just telling you a little bit about the landmarks. Dropping off the space heater up here for this big game club. Then we'll go from there, see what they're gonna have us do.
Make a habit of spending time here. I guess check the door? Huh. I thought it was just good old-fashioned Southern hospitality to leave your place unlocked in these parts. But who knows what kinds of valuables they've gotten there. Some of the keys are faded. Not the most robust security system. 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6. 5 factorial combinations. That's 120, and that's without repeating digits. And my students say math is pointless. Betty must know the code, right? Let's call her.
Yep, call her up.
Hey, Mrs. Tackett, sorry to bother you again. My counselor's out dropping off the heater, but the door is locked. Would you happen to have the key code to hand?
Unfortunately, I do not, Miss Davis. I've been out of commission so long with my neck, you understand.
Do you know who does have the code then? Mr. Ernie, maybe?
I think it's best you just leave the heater outside on the porch there. The boys will be along for the meeting shortly.
Okay, if that works for you. All the best, Mrs. Tackett.
Bye-bye now.
Best do as she says, I guess. I just wonder why they're so reluctant to give us the code. Can you take a peek inside the window there? That's 3 of the same damn heater. What? Let me try Betty again. No answer. Well, maybe Southerners are just super sensitive to the cold. My mama just huddled up with a blanket, but I guess she was made of sterner stuff than some of these rich folks. I don't want to think the worst. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll mention it to Betty later.
All right, there we go.
Okay, all the really urgent things are out of the way, but I've got to be honest with you, Rookie. There's another reason you're here. Let me show you what I'm trying to protect. Head over to the Camp Haven bunks and I'll explain on the way.
Alrighty. Let's go. I was looking for that Bob White quail. If I seen him, I was gonna jump off quick and try to shoot him. See something running in the field over here. I can probably cut him off and jump out and shoot him quick. Damn, they were hard to see in these fields. Oh my god, we did hit one. Is he dying though? Nah, we're gonna leave him. Come on, buddy. Just leave it go. It was a good attempt though. Those raccoons are fun to hunt. I'll have some fun with those.
So last summer, some of the kids at our camp reported hearing weird noises. You know, they're just kids. First time away from home for most of them. Of course, it was just a case of too much sugar, right? Well, not gonna lie. That's what I told myself until parents started pulling their kids out. Health and safety concerns, wild animals. We take every measure to protect our kids. And if that wasn't bad enough, we had the worst flooding in 40 years last week. Camp Haven is almost a year old and barely hanging on. But I think there's something else going on here, and I want to get to the bottom of it. Just let's be discreet. Betty didn't want the camp opening here at all, and I don't want to give her any more reason to doubt me. It's not much, but it means everything to me to be able to do this for these kids. It's not just hunting either. It's about trust building, leadership, community. You get it. I know you do.
Wanted to get that feral pig or whatever the hell it was, but just didn't get the shot off on it. We still got to build this guy up a bit yet too. His shots are still a little wobbly and stuff. Alright. Off to this location for the next mission. I'll have to get another gun for these raccoons. This one I'll probably track. Oh. Oh. This one's blonde. Looks pretty cool. Alright, I guess we didn't hit that second one. Let's go do this mission. Head to the Camp Haven bunks.
See that broken tire swing? We got lucky here. That and a few deck chairs blown off course are the worst damage we suffered. There should be some extra rope inside. Can you get it swinging again?
So we have to repair this tire swing.
I knew I had some lying around here somewhere. A tire swing and a lazy Delta summer. Right, can you take a look around? I know some of the kids who reported the weird noises stayed in these bunks.
Investigate the area around the bunk.
Well, I wasn't wrong about them being on too much sugar. Where does this lead?
Looks like it leads in here. Oh wow, look at this.
Scorched grass. It's early summer and the ground is soaked. You remember our fire safety classes, right? Literally the first damn thing you're told. No building fires near anything flammable, grass included. If this was one of our counselors' idea of a prank, I'm gonna have to give them a talking to.
Okay, I guess we gotta go investigate something in here now.
I've barely been back here since our last session. The flooding sure hasn't helped.
I can't
What's
sleep. An
that?
old lady out by the campsite gave me some
That's a kid's
candy.
handwriting. Witches, scorched grass, a woman living in the woods. We really do have to limit their sugar intake. Oh, this is a map of Mississippi Acres. Must be the other spots where kids had heard noises. But there are patches of scorched grass here. I've heard plenty of ghost stories set around these parts, but this is... Hello, ma'am. What can we do for you?
Excuse the interruption, Miss Davis, but I've had some residents of Jonesville call me up reporting a gator sighting. They got little kids, and it ain't a good idea to go back if a big old mean one's made his nest there. I suspect he washed up with the high water. You got your counselor on the line there? Could you go and take a look, sugar? I'll send you the details.
Yeah, we're on it. We'll let y'all know how it goes.
If it's a nuisance gator, we can decide what to do with it there and then. I appreciate it.
Alright, there we go.
Most folks around here know how to handle an alligator, but we don't take chances where kids are concerned. Can you go take a look?
Yeah, where am I headed? So I guess we're going up here to investigate something with the gator. It's a danger for kids. Can't remember if we get to shoot him or not. Alright, we're almost here. Alrighty, let's discover this outpost first thing.
This gator did show up with the floodwater. It's bound to be confused. Keep your wits about you.
Looked like a black bear just went running across the road there. Look around for clues.
Gators are lazy sons of guns at the best of times. I don't get why it... Oh, of course. Someone was on its trail.
Guess we just gotta keep looking around here. Let's maybe just follow these and see where they lead.
A catch pole? They were serious about this. It takes a lot to rip that snare. This thing must have been pissed.
Let's just keep going, keep following it. We need 5 clues. We found 3 out of 5, so let's just keep following.
And we're dealing with some total amateurs. Gator guys, this ain't.
There's a black bear running through here. Not really seeing anything out here, so we may have to go
Gray
back.
foxes are actually redder than you might get from their name. So if you find yourself confusing them with red foxes, take a look at the tail. If you see a black stripe and tip, it's a gray fox you're dealing with.
Let me just search over here to make sure there's not like one more trap or something. I have to find the 5th clue. I have no idea what it is. Maybe we do have to follow them gator prints. I don't know. Then the human prints stop up here and start heading back. Let's just follow the gator prints and see where it takes us. Because I don't know where this 5th clue would be. If not, we're just gonna have to search the other side of the road or something, because we're missing something here. There's no way that it's this far out. Look at these turkeys, bro. Got him. Got him. Alright, let's go snag these turkeys quick before I try to figure this mission out. Beautiful turkey though. Let's make sure we didn't hit any other ones. Alright, I think we're gonna have to go back. We're missing something. It has to be like on the other side of the road or something. Yeah, but it has to be following these. That's how we found the other ones. It has to be. We got sidetracked with those turkeys, so let's just maybe do what we were doing. If I remember correctly too, this Mississippi Reserve really isn't that long. I had to keep my eyes on those tracks because I didn't want to lose them again. Yo, where do these lead? They have to lead to like water or something. There's some white-tailed deer down here.
In and out. So it got out, wandered over to Jonesville, or someone followed it, and then it went right back the way it came, with its would-be captors in hot pursuit. But Betty called us here first, right? How'd these folks get here before us? Hey, Mrs. Tackett. My counselor's here at Jonesville. Happy to report that our reptilian friend has made its way back to the bayou, but not without a fight. Did you call someone else in here first?
Why, no, Miss Davis. Can't say I did. What happened?
Well, there's a broken catch pole and some tape. Someone clearly had some fun.
Wouldn't surprise me if some yokel had got it into himself to make it into tomorrow's papers. You know Delta folk. Bless their hearts.
Yes, ma'am. Anyway, you can call up the residents group, let them know it's safe to come back.
Thanks for the hard work, y'all. Bye-bye.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Someone's pissing off alligators that are probably already pretty out of it after the flooding. And I want to make sure you know how to handle them, just in case. Call me paranoid, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a connection between all of this weirdness. They don't say half hills, half delta, all crazy for nothing. And that's not just me being an uppity Yankee. You heard Betty. Folks here are quite something. Let's get some gator hunting practice in, then we'll take stock of things.
That was a pretty nice deer and gator that we just got.
Let's do this. Find where the gators gather first. Following the river's a good bet. Just make sure you're packing appropriately. Their skulls are thicker than a Mississippi senator's. Check the Codex field guide if you need help.
Alright, let me harvest this guy, bro. What does she want me to do? Find an alligator need zone.
You ever stop and think that alligators are 65 million years old? That's kind of, lit, right? As my students say.
Alright, that gator just died. I mean, I don't really know how I'm getting across there, but... we'll do one more mission here. for this video, and then I'll be continuing them on a few separate videos.
See the depression on the ground? Looks like they've been basking around here. Try sneaking up on them when they're idle. We didn't hunt gators much but for self-defense when I spent my summers here. My daddy taught me not to aim between the eyes. That'll just have it pitching a fit. Try to land a shot between the eye and the ear instead. That destroys the brain, kills it quickly.
Kill an alligator and pass the harvest check. Maybe we got lucky and this alligator up here did pass the harvest check. Don't even think we're gonna have to hit it in the brain. We'll just have to hit it with a lung shot, if anything. Oh my god, this is piebald, bro. I'm not gonna save it just because it's a female and it's only a bronze rating, but wow. We'll get another one.
I'm gonna have to give you a failing grade on that one. Try again, and remember, get it in profile and aim between the eye and the ear.
I'm gonna have to find a gator though. That's gonna be the hard thing now. We'll find one. Alrighty, let's try to find this gator real quick. Knock this mission out. It is a resting time for them too, so I'm kind of shocked that we're not seeing them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to put sights on him. He's going to run by the time I see him, because he's tucked down in there. Yeah, we're gonna go down to this other little vein of water, straight down here. Damn, he was fast. Where'd he scurry off to? We're gonna have to catch one just laying there. I may have to go to a whole nother area. Just not seeing any down here. No way at the end of a rest zone should it be this dry, bro. Should be seeing alligators everywhere. Yeah, we're gonna have to change our area. Yo, it is dry of alligators right now, man. Come on. Yeah, I'm never gonna find it before it spooks. I'm about to just try to shoot it in the lung and see if we can just pass the harvest check. Let's try to hit that one right there. Nice. I think we got him, yo. Now we have to get across. Sometime if you just spam your jump button, you can get across here. You just have to ride these patches of grass. Let's just hope that really passed the harvest check. What's this up here? Let's just go hit this while we're here. It's pretty cool. Little drawing. Just says pass the harvest check. We don't have to hit the brain shot on this guy, so can only hope that it registered. Vital. Yep, there it is. We hit him in the neck though. Let's see if it takes it. He's pretty croc though, or pretty alligator. I was waiting to see if she was going to say anything. We're probably going to shut the video down here shortly, and we'll continue the missions in parts. Like I said, I'll upload them all and they'll all be in the playlist on YouTube. So I appreciate anyone who tuned in. Yo, leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Discord and Twitch, linked on the channel. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace out.